back everyone for some more Apollo Justice Ace Attorney here on the Nintendo Switch. And not only is this going to be the final episode of this fourth case, but this is also the very last episode of the first Apollo Justice game here in the Ace Attorney trilogy. And last episode we got to hear testimony from Christoph Gavin, and we've implicated him with poisoning Vera Mission by means of nail polish, as well as a commemorative stamp, which you'll see what I mean if you watch the first episode. But we are finally going to figure out once and for all everything, and we're going to find out everything that's been going on over the past 7 years with the Gavins and the Grammarys and with Phoenix Wright and all that. But before we do that, hope you guys have an awesome day today. Hope you guys doing well. So without further ado, and now we're going to be listening to Christoph Gavin. He's still on the stand. And Claudia wants to demand the truth of exactly how things came about during that fateful trial 7 years ago. So we're going to be listening to everything from the horse's mouth, so to speak. I've achieved what I came here to do. I see no harm in a little reminiscing. Apollo, I think we're finally going to shine a light on the black belly of this thing, Trucy. We've done everything we could. I hope it's enough. 7 years ago, the day before the trial, I visited the detention center at the request of my client, Zach Gramery. 2 cards. 1 card. Showdown time. Enough. You lose, Gavin. Thanks for the work. Now go. To be honest, I don't know what his reasons were to this day. As far as I could tell, he dismissed me as his representation because I lost in a game of poker. I can come to no other conclusion. Daddy used to say something. If you want to know a man, you have to compete. Zach wasn't watching his points, or the cards. He was watching the man behind the cards, Christoph Gavin. I couldn't believe it. Phoenix Wright? A second-rate attorney who relies on luck and bluffs? He dismissed me and went with that pitiful excuse for a man? He deserved to die for that error alone. Hold it! So, the one who requested that forgery was... Oh, I'm not admitting to anything. My point is, these 2 men shamed me, and I could not forgive that. Phoenix Wright and Zach Gramery both deserved what they got. So you asked Mr. Misham to forge that evidence, so you could win? But then when you were dismissed as Zach Gramery's attorney, you used your forged evidence as a trap. You fed me information about the forgery you made. Then you gave your dirty evidence to him. You're free to imagine what you will. My point is that all I had imagined came to pass. Everything went perfectly. Huh. Incredible. If I wasn't laughing, I'd weep. Prosecutor Gavin? Perfectly. You're mad, Christoph. Stop fooling yourself. What are you talking about, Clavier? Tell me, how did that trial end? Cancelled when the defendant vanished. Ah, I get it. So, Christoph, you've been living in a fear for 7 years. What? You were afraid your forgery would be revealed and your reputation trashed. You couldn't leave things to chance. So you watched everyone involved with the case for 7 years. You know, he always felt like he was being watched. That's what he said every day for 7 years. But I felt it too. Journalist sure is being watched, end quote. Don't you wonder why Zach Gramery got rubbed out after 7 years? Right after coming into contact with me? Well, wait just a minute. Zach Gramery was seen by this reporter? How is that possible? Was he alive after being gone 7 years? Finally. I knew this moment was coming. I just didn't think we'd get here so fast. Zach Gramery, gone missing for 7 years. Trucy's father. What's wrong, Apollo? Go get him. Right, leave it to me. Allow me to refresh the court's memory. 6 months ago, Christoph Gavin was charged with murdering a mysterious traveler. I remember him quite well. Shady Smith, was it? Poison in a Chinese restaurant. Tragic. The details don't really matter right now. What matters is the traveler was Zach Gramery. What is it, Apollo? Huh? Keep going. We'll talk about it later. Did she already know? Someone please explain this. Mr. Justice, can you explain this? It all started 7 years ago. The great magician, Magnifique Gramery's death started it. Magnifique Gramery's death and his student Zach Gramery the suspect. Whoever defended Zach in court successfully would be famous beyond belief. Thinking that, Christoph Gavin did the unthinkable. He forged evidence. Did you miss him? Actually, it was his daughter, Vera, who really did the work. You took precautions when you had the forgery made, didn't you, Mr. Gavin? Precautions? To keep people from talking, of course. These two know too much. Leave them alive and there'll be nothing but trouble. That's when you planned your poisoning of the forgers. Atraquinine. Applied to a commemorative stamp. But, luck was on Mr. Misham's side. The bomb didn't go off. His daughter! She saved him by taking the stamp. I see. But that wasn't the only bomb he set up. The Ariadonium nail polish, of course. You noticed something when you requested that forgery. When Vera Misham is nervous, she has a bad habit. A tendency to bite her nails. Ah, that nail polish was her good luck charm. She was almost kidnapped once. Since then, she's been, well, you can see for yourself. She refuses to leave the house. That person gave me a good luck charm for when I absolutely had to go outside. It protects me. Yes, apparently she received something. A gift. She won't tell me what it was. It was from that client. The one who wanted that note made. It was his insurance. Insurance? As long as she lived quietly at home, there was no danger to her. But what if she had to go outside? If she ran into any trouble, she'd become nervous. And the nail polish would do the rest. His time bomb sat there for 7 years. And then, they went off almost simultaneously. If you're finished, may I return to my cell now? I'm not accustomed to standing for such long periods of time. Mr. Gavin, have you heard a single thing we've said? Oh, I listened quite closely to your little tale. Quite an entertaining piece of fiction. What? Clavier, surely you understand. We're back to the evidence. The lacking evidence. Nothing proves a link between him and the antiquinine that took Drew Misham's life. Objection! What about the restaurant? You killed Zach Gramery. To keep him from talking. I killed no man of that name. Read over the report again if you like. The victim was a traveler by the name of Shady Smith, about whom we know little else. You can't seriously think I knew he was that particular fugitive? Objection! Okay, then why did you kill him? I pled my right to remain silent. Remember, this court did not convene to put me on trial. The defendant's name is Vera Misham, suspected in the murder of her father. My trial has been finished for 6 months now. I'm afraid we have strayed considerably from our purpose here. This court concurs with the witness. It is defendant Vera Misham who is on trial here. No, but you were doing so well, Paulo. As long as there is no evidence to support the accusation against him, this court's of inquiry cannot find Vera Misham innocent. Objection! Your Honor, Phoenix Wright spent 7 years collecting this evidence. Objection! You still don't get it, do you? Let us assume there was a poison in the nail polish. Who then was responsible for causing Vera Misham to bite her nails? Well, what? It wasn't me, I know that much. The one who brought that poison to her lips was you. What? Evidence is everything. There is nothing more. I believe the discussion has reached its conclusion. Your Honor, Mr. Justice, you have performed admirably well for a novice attorney. I respect your partner, Phoenix Wright's determination as well. However, without direct proof, you have nothing. Isn't that right, Clavier? Unfortunately, yes, Kristoff, you're right. That is, you would have been right until now. What? Did the news not reach your desk in solitary? The eyes of the nation are on this courtroom today. This is the trial case for the new judicial system. That's right. I totally forgotten. The jurist system. Jurist, you say? The current judicial system has been deemed too closed off from society. This new system attempts to inject the wisdom of common citizens into the law. Common citizens? Wisdom? Is this some kind of joke? What could we possibly gain by doing this? Entrusting a judicial system to a mindless, emotional mob of irrational mouth breathers? Common citizens have something called common sense. Common sense is not restricted by the law. Nonsense! There's only room for two in this court. Me and the law. Keep the riffraff out. Out, I say. Wow, he's getting nervous. They're not in the court, actually. They're watching everything by video camera. And you see everybody looking at the camera. There you see Clavier, the judge, Trucy, and Apollo looking right at us right now. How can you allow this? Incidentally, the one responsible for making this happen was Phoenix Wright. Phoenix Wright? So, everything was leading to this. Of course. Right. 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 Holy hell! I won't accept. I can't accept. This is no court. Law. The law is everything. Law is absolute. You let ignorant swine soil your courts? Kristoff, it's over. Clavier! The law is absolute? You can't be serious. But what? Odd. I thought you spent your life looking for loopholes. The law isn't absolute. It's filled with contradictions. The law is the end product of many years of history, the fruit of human knowledge. Like a gem polished to gleam through trials and errors. It is this fruit we receive and pass on and face in our time. And it is always changing, growing, nurturing. It is our task as human beings. Except for you, Kristoff. You aren't changing. You've stopped. You're not needed anymore. I couldn't think of anything to say. Maybe because I still haven't seen enough. But someday, I'll know what law is. And I'll fight to change it if I have to. I see no need to further prolong this trial. This began as a child Vera Misham accused of murdering her father, the painter Drew Misham. However, several other incidents were reviewed and we seem to have reached a conclusion. Before this court declares a verdict, I await your decision. Jurists of the court, for the death of Drew Misham, how do you find defendant Vera Misham? Innocent or guilty? I turn to you now to consider this matter. Oh, excuse me. October 9th, 12:48 p.m. Jurist Chambers. This ends the trial for this case. Only the verdict remains to be decided. Defendant Vera Misham is currently in intensive care. If a decision cannot be reached today, it may never be reached. The factors involved are simple. Did the defendant poison her father that night? If so, she is guilty. Or was there another reason for Mr. Misham's death? Did another person poison him? If so, she is innocent. A panel has been provided for each of you to input your decisions. That is all. Please, wait. Yes, jurist number 6? There's something in the jurist handbook here. Persons involved with the case may not be jurors. That is correct. I've looked into all of your dossiers. None of you were involved with the development of the case. With the development of the case? Oh, I see. Does that answer your concern? It's time for your verdicts. Make your decision in the case against Vera Misham. After 7 years, the truth is ready to be heard. Judge wisely, judge well. Okay, we are going to go ahead. Oh, you can see the silhouette of jurors number 6. And I did want to save right here, but we can't. Not that it matters, but we do have a choice to make, either not guilty or guilty. Now, if we select guilty, then the verdict will never be reached and Vera will die in her hospital bed because her condition worsened, and the trial will be suspended forever with the real killer not getting justice. But we don't want that, so we're going to go ahead and hit not guilty and then confirm. And so a verdict was reached on October 9th, 2:14 p.m. The first verdict under the juror system. Innocent by unanimous decision. The record will show that when the verdict was announced, Special Witness Christoph Gavin laughed. A laugh louder than any ever heard before or since. A laugh that echoed in the halls of justice, lingering for what seemed like hours. October 10th, 8:30 a.m., the morning after the trial. In intensive care ward, a true miracle occurred. Vera Misham opened her eyes. October 10th, 10:12 a.m., Hickfield Clinic. Vera, I'm so glad Don't cry, Apollo. I'm happy too, and proud. You did well, Apollo. When I thought about, what if Vera, Hey now, don't you start crying too. Sorry you had to see us like this. Vera? Thank you so much, Apollo, thank you. No, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have pressed you like that. If I hadn't, you would have never bitten your nails. No, I was wrong. Staying locked inside like that, clinging to my good luck charm? Vera, when I opened my eyes and saw you, I finally understood. It's important to be part of a world, to see things with your own eyes. It looks like that poison had some effect after all. It killed off whatever was holding Vera back from life. I knew you'd pull through, Vera. I mean, that's what Apollo was fighting for the whole time. Your future. I won't forget it. Here, let me thank you. No, really, it's okay. Oh, look, it's me. I love it. Thanks. Is that me? She really captured your essence, Apollo. Well, I think so at least. That reminds me. Do you know where the other lawyer is? The other lawyer? Oh, you mean Daddy? Except he's not a lawyer anymore. It's my fault, isn't it? I'm sorry. Oh, no, that's not what I meant. No, it's okay. I'm through looking away from the things I've done. I hope I can look him in the eyes again someday and apologize. I'm sure he'd be happy to hear that. He brought us all those things. He brought all those things for me when he came to visit earlier. You mean that stack of videos? Mr. Wright finished watching them all? You know, I knew my real daddy was alive. Huh? I was there 7 years ago, remember? I was the one who helped him vanish from the courtroom. You did what? How? I'm not telling. He promised me that day he went away. We may not meet again for some time, Trucy. But know this, I will be watching, and one day I shall return. You're the next Grammarly after all. Aw. Oh, Trucy. In the end, he couldn't keep that promise, could he? It's okay. Phoenix is my daddy now, even if he can't really play the piano. That he can't. Oh, and I've got you too, even if your voice is kinda loud sometimes. Glad I made your list. Hey, come to think of it, where is Daddy, the one who can't play? Do you know Apollo? I think he said he had to meet someone. I wonder. Maybe it's a new mommy. Oh, Juicy? Yes, Vera? I was wondering, could you show him to me once more? Sir Hack, was it? Oh, he's not been knighted. Yet. Here goes. Do us an impersonation, Mr. Hack. Objection. Not loud enough. And I like Miss Magic Underwear better anyway. That's Magic Panties, Apollo. So, your memories return. Mr. Ray, was this all part of your plan, too? I don't know what you're talking about. When I lost my memory, I was reborn as Lamoureux. But you knew my true identity, did you not? That is why you chose me as one of your jurors. Ah, you're thinking into it too much. Besides, there was no guarantee that regaining your memory would make you happy. Of course it is a happy thing. For so long, I thought I was alone. But now I know I have children. 2 dear children. I'm so proud of them. This, too, I think, is thanks to you. Are you gonna tell them? They do not know? Nope. They don't know their mother. They don't even know their siblings. I will go to them when the time is right. Until then, Don't worry, I'll take care of them for you. They're very important to me, too. A little annoying at times, but still. I have to keep an eye on her, at least. Because I'm the only one who knows how she really feels. On the inside. Your bracelet. Yes? I've seen a lot of mysterious things these past 7 years. But your bracelets were the strangest of all. I remember meeting him, half a year ago now, in Christoph Gavin's office. And then I met you. 2 fates destined to intertwine, and I was there when they crossed. I'll never forget that. Such a small thing, that bullet, yet it tore who I was away. "10 years ago, during a simple rehearsal. It was a miracle no one died, but I didn't survive that accident. That is why I left the troupe, my family. Now, my memory has returned. I am myself once more. For the first time, I'm glad to be alive, Mr. Ray. Speaking of miracles, Vera Mission regained consciousness this morning. I can only hope she's as glad as you are. It is a strange thing, fate. Sometimes a life is taken, sometimes a life is spared. You know what I've been thinking? People don't die that easily, really, as long as they've got something worth living for. And that's pretty much the end of my story. For now, anyway. I've still got a long way to go, and this power of mine, well, it needs some work. But there's hope now. We'd lost it, but somehow we found it again. That's why people are smiling again. Hope. Yeah, I think I'll keep at this lawyer thing for a while. Oops, training time, gotta go. Cords of steel, here comes justice.
Objection!
And ladies and gentlemen, that is Apollo Justice, Ace Attorney. This has gone through 4 cases, but we are here at the end. I'm glad you're staying with the agency, Apollo. It's like I found my long-lost big little brother. Oh, and don't you worry about Troop Gramarye. Trucy's on the case. Now that I have this, thanks to Daddy... Trucy Gramarye? Frankly, I got my doubts, but Hack Gramarye? Now that'll pack him in. But yeah, this has been such an awesome experience, and I'm so glad to be playing this game. To have played this game. It's not every day you get a child that blocks harder than one of our gigs, yeah? That's why it's over. The Gaviners are breaking up. The news caused a run on tissues at supermarkets nationwide. You're the real stars now. I look forward to our next jam session. I'm almost afraid to say anything else because I'm not sure how long this is gonna last. But yeah, this game, and this is the first of a trilogy, so we have 2 more games yet. Well, it's finally over. You know, thinking about it, I've been a piano player longer than I was a lawyer. Now that everything's sorted, I've got time on my hands. Maybe I'll take some lessons. Or maybe I'll take the bar exam. Again. Nice to see him actually smiling and laughing again, after all he's been through. But yeah, it was kind of weird seeing Phoenix in this light in this game, but it was necessary for our protagonist, Apollo Justice, to grow as a lawyer. And not only did Apollo grow, but Phoenix grew himself through revisiting those painful events 7 years ago. So, I was standing around eating snackoos the other day, when I got this crazy idea. What if they were golden? You could augment the crunch, or better yet, make them ding. Ah, the power of science. Although the preservatives might not be 100% safe. If there's anyone to do it, Emma, it would be you. But yeah, I'm not quite understanding. I know there are some people out there that don't like this game, and I really don't know why. Because I thought this was a solid addition to the Ace Attorney series. In unlikely event you are wanting Russian feast, come to Borscht Bowl Club. The only thing colder than restaurant is the borscht. Duh, if greater challenge is being required, then come to the hideout. You know who to ask for. But yeah, we got 2 more games left to play in this trilogy, and the next one, which is Dual Destinies, I'll probably be starting that either February or March of this upcoming year. But as of Ace Attorney, I'm gonna give it a break until then, but then we'll be starting Dual Destinies, and of course the year after that I want to do Spirit of Justice. So, Kentucky Pastries is getting back to its Eastern roots. Spread the culture after all. Yo boss, culture time! This is how we write root, capiche? But we're still about giving back to the people. Yo boss, PR time! And this is how we write people, alright? Not that Wonky's paying any attention. Little kids. I remember Wonky. So wait, Chinese characters on cake was a fly idea like 3,000 years ago, believe that. Man, you wanna make it today, you gotta keep it real, you know what I'm saying? Yo, that's why I made the OG cracker, for real. I know it don't look like no cracker, G. What, do you want me to call it the OG muffin? Oh god. I wonder if he ended up having that operation to save his life yet. But yeah, we'll be seeing more. I don't know where all this talk about food is coming from. You ask me, there's only one food, and that's noodles. Noodles forever. I got a new one too. See, this time I just put a big chunk of salt in the bowl. Why pretend? Aldoon's Noodles is about the salt. Salt forever. But yeah, we'll be seeing these characters, well, some of these characters again, and some new ones that should be very interesting and awesome to meet as well in Dual Destinies. My exceptionally inquisitive nature has won the unequivocal adoration of my department. You see, they used to call me Wesley Stinkler and Wesley Sticky Hands. But no longer. I have a new name, one that reflects my true academic nature. Wesley Sticko, reporting. Yes, curiosity is a sickness, and I'm the cure. Yeah, I don't think that's why they're calling you that, bub. Pervert. And you don't know, he was the one that took Juicy's magic panties. And may I remind everyone, she's only, what, 15, 16 years old? So, yeah. Oh. Thing went dark. Sorry. I don't know how to thank you for all you've done. Light has returned to my life, and with it, joy. I may have lost years, but I have gained a treasure. 2 treasures, in fact. I will think of them when I write my next song. She is pretty. I mean, she's looking at us. I wonder if she has her eyesight back. Because she is actually blind. Brusha, brusha, brushle, brusha, brusha, brushle, brushle here, back on the beat with another interview. Eh? How do I feel about how things turned out? No scoop yet, but journalists confident in mid-condition. Confidence in mid-condition, end quote. Oh god, they had to take a picture of that. I've decided to keep painting. Originals only, of course. I suppose I'll have to see a bit of the world outside to find what to paint. But I know there are good people out there now. I've met them. The door is open. The world is waiting. Thank you. Now, the only thing I do have to say about this game is I kind of wish we would have seen, like, even like a flashback scene of like some of the characters from the original trilogy, like Edgeworth and Franziska von Karma and all them. Aww. Gotta take a screenshot of that. That's just way too cute. And they don't even know they're siblings yet. Turnabout rewarded? Congrats, you've unlocked a special bonus in the music and background settings screen. AJAA commemorative Kazuya Nuri. Cool. But yeah, that is it for Apollo Justice Ace Attorney. Continue on to the next game, Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Dual Destinies. Not yet. But we are gonna go ahead. We are going to go ahead and check out, like I said before, either February or March, we're going to be checking out Ace Attorney Dual Destinies. Which it is titled Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Dual Destinies, but I mean, yes, we will see Phoenix, as you can see there. He's in his outfit, his famous blue outfit once again. But we will find out exactly what's going on here this upcoming year. Like I just said, either February or March. I'll be starting this particular game, and you see something happening with Apollo there, and you see a courtroom that's in rubble right now, and we see this girl right here we have not been introduced yet. But I will say she will be an important part of this game, that's all I can say without spoiling too much. And you can see he even has his attorney's badge there, which we'll get to more about that once the time comes, But that is it for Apollo Justice Ace Attorney, and hope you guys enjoyed watching me play this, and I know I had a blast. I had just as much fun playing this game as the 3 previous ones in the original trilogy, and I'm actually looking forward to getting back to this game next year when we take on Dual Destiny, so I hope you guys will be throughout that journey with me as well. But thank you guys so much for watching this. Hope you guys have enjoyed this series, and are looking forward to Dual Destinies next year. And I will see you guys again next time.